Good morning, it's Chris Barrow here on Tuesday the 27th of April 2010, and I just wanted to spend just a couple of minutes with you talking about the next Ask Coach Barrow 60-minute teleseminar that we have coming up on Monday the 10th of May 2010 at 7 p.m. UK time. And what we're doing in this second of our tele-seminars is that we're moving on to a new question, and the question reads as follows: as a dental professional, what's your most important question about recruitment and about putting a team together in your practice? Now, I have to say to you that over the 15 years or so that I've been coaching dental practices in the UK, the issue of team recruitment, team building, team motivation, compensation, retention has always been in the top three of challenges that dentists face on an ongoing basis. And in fact, recently, my good friend Brian Weatherly, the Managing Director of Software of Excellence, revealed the results of a survey that they've done of 4,500 users. Number one biggest challenge was National Health Service UDA new contract, but team building and team retention was still there in the top five issues, even in the middle of a recession. So what we're going to do during our hours teleseminar is that, as normal, I'm going to take questions that have been submitted prior to the event, and I'm going to answer those questions live. Now, Marita Kritzinger at Apex magazine has sent me through a couple of examples of the type of question that we're going to be dealing with. First, question number one: how do you keep nurses motivated for housework duties such as cleaning and tidying throughout the day without constantly checking up on them? Well, I always like to draw your attention to the fact that the most successful business model on earth is a franchise. Franchises generate more profit per pound invested than any other type of business. And of course, a franchise is simply a collection of systems. If you buy a Tony and Guy hairdressing franchise or a Hilton hotel franchise, what happens is that they're going to deliver to you a hairdressing salon systems manual in a box, or how to run a hotel in a box. And what they're also going to do is they're going to provide a training academy, which both of those organisations do, so that when new people join your organisation, you can send them straight to the training academy in order to learn not only how to perform the particular duty, whether they are a hairstylist or a receptionist, but also to learn the brand standards insofar as behaviour within the organisation is concerned. And frankly, cleaning and tidying throughout the day, I think, is a combination of two things. It's as always with me, it's a performance and behaviour matrix. The performance part of the graph says that we have a brand standard. We have agreed that this is what we will do. We have agreed that the common areas and the surgical areas will be cleaned and tidied on an hourly basis or whatever it is. But the behavioural aspect as well is one that is so well embraced by Four Seasons Hotel, where they say that they have a golden rule at the Four Seasons, which is do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. And the point that they make at Four Seasons is that behavioural characteristic is not something that you're trained into, it's something that you're brought up with. And so if you are the type of team member in a dental practice that's been brought up to be clean and tidy, then you will naturally be clean and tidy, and it ought not to have to be a performance criteria. But by the way, just in case, let's make sure that this surgery is cleaned every hour. So that's how you do it, and you should not need to check up on people if they buy into your corporate culture, if they buy into your brand, and if they buy into your ethos, the way you do things. Question number two: how do I identify the person with the right attitude and personality at an interview? It used to be all about previous experience, says the questioner, but that does not necessarily equate to the right person. Can the skill be taught, or is attitude inbuilt? Well, do you know what I'm going to say to you? It's almost a carry on from the previous answer, which is that I think that attitude is inbuilt. I think that people are DNA coded for the right attitude. I think there are some people that are wired for communication, they are wired for customer service, they are wired for attention to detail, they are wired for initiative, enthusiasm, all of those other characteristics. And I have to say that the balance of probabilities is that you cannot train somebody to have a good attitude. But what you can do as the leader or a manager in a dental practice is that you can create an environment in which that attitude rises to the surface. Now, of course, dentists are historically pretty lousy at interviews. You know, a 45-minute interview with a dental principal will be 42 minutes of the dentist leaning back in his or her chair and giving a history of the dental practice. Well, I qualified in 1973, and off they go. And then 2 minutes at the end saying, do you think you'll be any good at the job? And my attitude towards interviews is very different, which is that you bring the candidate in, you sit them down, you don't do any history of the dental practice, you open with a very simple question, and the question is, do you mind me asking, why do you think that you're the right person for this job? And then whether you are a principal or a practice manager, just shut up and listen to whether the individual can actually articulate a response. So I hope that you've enjoyed that little taster. We'll be having some fun on the teleseminar as we always do. In order to register for the seminar, you need to go to a website, and that's www.askcoachbarrow, that's ASKCOACHBARROW, askcoachbarrow.com. And if you go to that website page, you will see there's a place there where you can enter your question. You can enter your name and email, and you'll be automatically registered for the teleseminar. So I look forward to you joining us on Monday the 10th of May, 7 o'clock UK, and hope that you've enjoyed this brief preview.